Hey everyone, it's William with Scamming Scammers Action. This is our March Q&A for 2019. I want to thank everyone who is joining us tonight. I'll give it a couple minutes to let everybody get into the chat, and then I'll start the Q&A. I appreciate all of your patience. We didn't have a Q&A in February. I was in Canada, and I wasn't able to do a video, and I've been a little lax on our YouTube videos lately. So hopefully we'll get some videos going for you for March. And I apologize that we didn't have a Q&A last month, but it was a very busy month for me personally, so I wasn't able to do that. But we have one tonight, and we have lots of great questions. A lot of you have written in asking some interesting questions, and we're going to address some topics that kind of need to be addressed on the page, and both just in general. So I'd say hi to everybody who's coming into the chat. I see a lot of you are joining us, so I appreciate it. But we'll get started in a few minutes, and then after I finish the questions that people have asked and addressed all the topics, if you have questions that you'd like me to answer for you, just write them in the chat box, and I'll try to get to them as quickly as possible after we do everyone's initial questions that they asked. So thanks again for everyone who's joined us. Want to wish everybody a happy St. Patrick's Day if you celebrate it in your country. It's coming up on March 17th. And I'll be doing a St. Patrick's Day video on YouTube. I have a outfit I'll wear, and just wish everybody a happy St. Patrick's Day. So with that being said, I want to start a few topics offhand here. I want to start with in the United States. We know April's coming up, and tax time, tax refund time is coming up. A lot of scammers, we don't think about this, but a lot of scammers do know about tax returns. And this is the time of year where most Americans are coming into a little bit of money for their tax return. And scammers are working harder than ever to try and get you to give them your tax money. So if you're talking to someone and they're pushing you, asking you questions about your tax return or how much money are you getting back, and it's someone that you've never met in person, see that as a huge red flag. A lot of tax offices like H&R Block and Jackson Hewitt here in America, they offer what's called a refund anticipation loan, where you can go into your taxes and get your money usually that day or the next day. And a lot of them will load it on these prepaid Visa cards and prepaid MasterCards. A lot of scammers love those. And so, if you're talking to somebody online and they're asking you about your tax returns, and say, well, you should get it on a prepaid card. Always be very, very leery of people asking those kind of personal questions. Financial questions, especially from a stranger, is definitely a huge red flag. Don't tell people your personal business, or tell them how much money you're getting back, or any kind of things like that. And above all, don't send money to someone you've never met in person. If you're talking to somebody online and all of a sudden they're interested in your tax forms and things like that, block them. Don't even doubt yourself, just block them. And also be aware that scammers around this time of year are posing as the IRS. We've had a few people bring us fake profiles of supposed IRS tax agents who are offering loans and things like that. Don't fall for that. The IRS doesn't contact you via Facebook or via Messenger. They don't even really call you. They send you a certified letter. So if you're in the mail, so if you're getting a message from someone that says they work for the IRS or something like that around this time of year, it's guaranteed to possibly be a scammer trying to scam you. So just be aware of that for all of us here in the United States. I know it's our favorite time of year when we get our tax refunds, but keep that money to yourself. Don't give it to a scammer. So a lot of people wrote in some great questions. There's a few things that need to be addressed on the page. First of all, I want to start off, and we've both addressed this before, and you need to be really aware. This is not a dating website. This is not a community dating page. We've had a lot of people, and I don't know why, maybe because English is not their first language or they just don't understand, but the photos of these men that are posted on this page are stolen photos. This is not a dating site where you can meet men online and write to the photo and meet your dream man. We've had a lot of people come onto the page lately, and they'll write on a stolen photo. Both men and women are doing this. And they're writing, oh, are you single? Here's my phone number. And they're putting their personal information on this page, and we have to delete it. And some people have gone ahead and they do it 2 and 3 and 4 times. They write their phone number and they write, please date me, please go out with me. This is not a dating page. This is a scam awareness page to keep you safe from scammers. And when you put yourself out there on this page looking for a date or looking for a husband or a wife and giving your phone number or your email address, you are definitely setting yourself up for a scammer to find you and want to talk to you. So please, 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 we try really hard to work with people that don't speak English as their first language, and we try to explain this is not a dating site, but people just aren't getting it. So please be aware, again, this is not a dating site. This is not a single site. This is not a hookup site. So please don't write your phone number and your plea for a mate on stolen photos, because we're just going to ban you or we're going to block your comment. So I appreciate that. Hello to everybody. Appreciate everybody coming in, and thanks for joining us. We've got a lot of great questions, and I'm going to address questions in the chat box as well. And if it's something really important and I miss it, can you please just write it again, and I'll try to catch it. So just be very, 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 very careful this time of year. Scammers, you know, Valentine's Day is over, and now it's tax time, and scammers are trying to get your tax money, like I said. So another thing, we had a great question. We'll start off. Georgia wrote to us, and her question was, I'm talking to a man online, and none of his pictures come up in Google search or in TinEye. He sent me about 15 photos. He must be real, right? If not, then where do these scammers find photos that don't show up in search? It's a great question. And more scammers now are using photos of people that we don't know who they are. And they do that because they know that pages like this teach how to, you know, Google a photo, how to go to tineye.com and upload a photo and check it. And so a lot of victims are uploading photos and they're not getting any results. So they're assuming that that man or woman they're talking to is real. And that couldn't be further from the truth. A lot of scammers steal photos from unknown people. Scammers will steal photos of, let's say, a Facebook profile of a man that lives next door to you. So you don't know him in search. You won't know who he is. And so unless it's a stolen photo that's popular, unless the person in the stolen photo is, you know, a well-known person like a celebrity or a reality star or a famous general, it's not going to come up in search. So what you have to do, don't assume because the photo doesn't warrant any search results that the person's real. You have to look at the whole picture and look at what is the person saying to you. What are they telling you about themselves? What are they asking of you? Are they, you know, a single widow, one child, working on an oil rig? Are they deployed to Nigeria? Are they in the army? And, you know, their Facebook page has 5 women friends and nothing else. You have to look at the whole picture. Don't always just assume because a photo doesn't show up in search that the person is legit. You have to look at everything. You have to look at the whole puzzle, not just that one piece of it. So do your homework. Listen to what the person says. You know, what they're asking of you, what they're telling you. Is it a typical scam story? And we cover this so many times. You know, the same typical thing, the widow, the one. So always be very, very careful when addressing that.